no limits. That's the message from Tehran tonight. Iran says its missile range is now unrestricted, and US cities could be in reach. Netanyahu calls it an existential threat. Iran calls it fabrication and fear-mongering. But as Gulf states scramble to fortify their skies, one question looms. Is the next war already within range? Iran's missile program appears set for expansion after a senior lawmaker said Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has lifted all limits on missile range, marking a potential shift in Tehran's defense posture following the June conflict. Ahmad Bakshayesh Ardestani, a member of Parliament's National Security Committee, said the Islamic Republic will continue to develop its missile program to any extent it deems necessary.
The Islamic Republic has developed and will continue to develop its missile program to any extent it deems necessary. Tehran will accept no limits on missile range, which he described as its most important element of military power.
While hardline members of Iran's parliament often make hawkish statements, it is unusual for MPs to specifically invoke the Supreme Leader in remarks about defense policy, giving the comments added significance. Another senior Iranian official, Armed Forces Judiciary Chief Ahmadreza Pourkagan, said,
Americans will take the wish of reducing Iran's missile range to below 500 kilometers to the grave.
Pourkagan added that,
Iran is prepared to negotiate over its nuclear program, but will not hold any talks about missiles.
Tehran's security chief Ali Larijani confirmed that US officials had floated a proposal to limit missile range, but said no honorable person would accept such conditions. The statements underscore Iran's insistence on maintaining strategic autonomy over its missile program, even as it signals willingness to engage in nuclear diplomacy, highlighting the continuing tension between military capability and international negotiations. The announcement follows Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi's accusation that Israel misrepresented Iran's missile ambitions to provoke US action. Netanyahu recently told American commentator Ben Shapiro that Iran was developing intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of reaching major American cities like New York, Washington, Boston, and Miami.
Iran can blackmail any American city. People don't believe it. Iran is developing intercontinental missiles with a range of 8,000 kilometers, add another 3,000, and they can get to the east coast of the U.S. That's a really big danger. You don't want to be under the nuclear gun of these people who are not necessarily rational and chant death to America. I think Israel is doing a great work at keeping that away.
Araghchi called the Israeli Prime Minister's claims a fabrication designed to portray Iran's defensive capabilities as a threat.
Similarly, there was certainly no intelligence that Iran was within a month of developing a nuclear weapon had Israel not finally managed to deceive the U.S. into attacking the Iranian people. With the failure of that action, Israel is now trying to make an imaginary threat out of our defense capabilities. By now, Americans have had enough of fighting Israel's forever wars.
Araghchi also highlighted the consequences of misleading intelligence in the past, drawing parallels to the United States invasion of Iraq.
The President of the United States should also recall that there was never any intelligence that Iraq was hiding WMDs. There were only unfathomable destruction, thousands of dead American soldiers, and 7 trillion American taxpayer dollars down the drain.
Araghchi also referenced negotiations with the US, which were halted just before the 5th round due to the Israeli attack, adding that doubling down on earlier miscalculations resolves nothing.
If the President of the United States were to glance at the minutes of those talks, recorded by our interlocutor, he would see just how close we were to celebrating a new and historic Iran nuclear deal. Iran is a great country, and Iranians are a great nation, the heirs of a great and ancient civilization. Buildings and machines can be destroyed, but our determination will never be shaken. Doubling down on that miscalculation does not resolve anything. There is no solution but a negotiated outcome.
Tensions between the two countries escalated in June after Israel conducted a series of strikes targeting Iranian military and nuclear-related facilities. The United States joined with strikes on nuclear sites in Isfahan, Natanz, and Fordow, which Netanyahu described as the obliteration of Iran's nuclear program. The recent conflict between Iran and Israel has brought hypersonic weapons into sharper focus across the Gulf, prompting regional powers to reassess air and missile defense strategies. While Tehran has claimed to employ hypersonic systems, analysts note uncertainty over whether these capabilities meet the technical criteria of true hypersonic glide vehicles. Regardless, the conflict underscored the political and psychological impact of such threats on the region. In response, Gulf Cooperation Council states are enhancing integrated air and missile defenses. The United States has advocated for a comprehensive regional network, combining sensors, interceptors, and command and control systems across national borders. Exercises such as Red Sands, Blue Sands, and Yellow Sands have tested interoperability and rapid response, ensuring Gulf forces can coordinate against high-speed or maneuvering threats. Saudi Arabia and the UAE are leading efforts to fortify defenses, leveraging domestic missile production, advanced sensor networks, and integration with US technology. Riyadh focuses on propulsion and intercept capabilities, while Abu Dhabi emphasizes systems engineering and operational integration. Qatar, host to the US Al Udeid Air Base, has prioritized layered defenses, early warning systems, and coalition coordination, underscoring the need for reliability and rapid response in dense regional airspace. While GCC nations are exploring offensive hypersonic options, the current emphasis is on defensive readiness and operational integration. US export controls and strategic guidance are shaping these efforts, balancing technological capability with political and diplomatic considerations. Analysts project that the coming years will see Gulf states building more compact, federated sensor networks, enhancing interceptor coverage, and developing technical expertise in propulsion and command systems, ensuring the region can respond effectively to evolving high-speed threats.